Sonnet 68 by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Thus is his cheek the map of days outworn, when beauty lived and died as flowers do now. Before these bastard signs of fair were born, or durst inhabit on a living brow, before the golden tresses of the dead the right of sepulchres were shorn away, to live a second life on second head, ere beauty's dead fleece made another gay. In him those holy antique hours are seen, without all ornament itself and true, making no summer of another's green, robbing no old to dress his beauty new. And him, as for a map doth nature store, to show false art what beauty was of yore. So, this is another sonnet by William Shakespeare, the Bard of Stratford upon Avon. Okay, this is following on from Sonnet 67. In Sonnet 67 and 66, in 66 he's saying that the world is an evil place, and in 67 that this evil world is using his beauty to justify itself, to make itself look bad. And now Shakespeare's talking about the way beauty is changing, and I think he's talking maybe about his fears that the beauty of the young man will no longer be seen as the standard of beauty, and that in Shakespeare's opinion, beauty is not what it used to be. Beauty is something real and natural, not something painted, not something with all sorts of extras to make it look better. No, beauty is something that's plain and simple. A flower, you don't paint flowers, you don't put makeup on a flower. The flower is just beautiful, and this is what he's saying. That in classical times beautiful was beautiful, but beautiful was natural, was plain. It wasn't something that needed all sorts of extra things, and that the world is changing real beauty and calling beautiful things that are fake beauty. Thus is his cheek the map of outworn days. So the cheek of the fair youth, he's talking about beauty, he's talking about the beauty of the fair youth. And his cheek, his beauty, is a sign of what beauty used to be, of days of yore, of classical times, of classical beauty. When beauty lived and died as flowers do, where beauty was something transient, it's as a flower living and dying. Before these bastard signs of fair were born. Now I think he's using here bastard signs to talk about cosmetic things, makeup, things that are pretending to make things beautiful. But before people started painting things to make them beautiful, or durst inhabit on a living brow, or before perhaps these signs were in the living brow, in the minds of people. So beauty was more common in the past, and now we've got illegitimate signs of what is beautiful, and the world is filled with false beauty that is often placed on human beings. And then he puts I think this is a metaphor, because he doesn't say like or as anywhere. Before the golden tresses of the dead the right of sepulchres were shorn away to live a second life on second head. So now what he's saying is people take the hair of the dead, they shave off the hair of the dead, and they put it on as a wig to make things look beautiful. So this second life on a second head, this is destruction of beauty. It's bastardization of the beauty that had originally existed. So the golden tresses of the dead, and this was the rite of sepulchre. Sepulchre is when somebody is buried. So it's your right to keep your hair when you die and be buried with your hair. And this is perhaps the beauty of the past, but now they're shaving the hair of the dead to make a wig to imitate beauty. And I think this is echoing the previous sonnet where artists are imitating the beauty of the fair youth. So making wigs to make people look beautiful. This is what he's talking about. This is talking about a false beauty, things made to look beautiful when they're not. Ere beauty's dead fleece made another gay. So now we've got this is these golden tresses. Tresses is talking about the hair, the curls, and the dead fleece, the dead curls, the dead hair of somebody is making another person look happy and beautiful. And this is talking about this imitation of beauty is not real beauty. Yeah, it's a dead idea of humans. In him, now we change again, in him those holy antique hours are seen, without all ornament, itself and true. So in him is the fair youth. So in the beauty of the fair youth, we can see the holy antique hours, the how beauty was in the past, the real beauty, the beauty that we should treat as holy. Which is itself and true. It's not ornamented, it's not decorated, it's just itself. Beauty is itself. Beauty doesn't need anything. And here we see the beauty without decoration and the internal beauty, because I think this word true is referring to internal and external beauty. Beauty is beauty. It doesn't need a wig or cosmetics or anything to paint it. It doesn't need anything. It just needs to be as it is because it is. Making no summer of another's green, robbing no old to dress his beauty new. So this is beauty nowadays is taking the green of another summer. It's painting itself with the green of another summer. Green, the beauty of the summer. It's taking the beauty from something else. It's not its own beautiful green of the summer, but it's a copy of another green to make the summer beautiful. Beauty doesn't need to take something old, something that was beautiful of old, and put it on something to make it newly beautiful. Either it's beautiful or it's not beautiful. Beauty is something plain, simple and true. And you don't need to dress this in the green of another summer. You don't need something old to dress it up to make it look like a new beauty. And then again, and him, as for a map doth nature store, to show false art what beauty was of all. And for this reason, nature is keeping the fair youth, he's keeping him young, he's keeping him alive, to show false art, false beauty, what beauty really was in the days of old. So I think false art is the what people consider beauty today, or the world that is acceptable today, full of these horrible things that were going on in Sonnet 66, and the fair youth is nature's way of showing that what beauty was in the olden days, in days of yore, and that the present, what there is in the present is false art. Notice the capitalization of A for art as well. So perhaps art is another thing personified. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 68 by William Shakespeare.